I don't give a shit. I'll shit in that pool again.
Welcome to the Guys Review, where we review media, products, and experiences.
You know what's funny?
But it's your own pool, so you got to clean it up.
Nah, I've been kicked out of nicer places.
We're all dancing to the opening music, and yet we have a guest who can't hear it.
I know. You can't hear the music, can you, Marcus?
Yes, I can.
Oh, you can?
Oh, okay.
Al said he couldn't hear it.
Well, you know, here's the thing.
It's just because it's too shitty.
Thank you.
You think the music's shitty? This is good music. Our one other listener who actually told us that, you know, he was a random, said that he listened because he heard the intro music and was like, I got to listen to this.
This is a porno music or porno movie.
We do
reject.
have a better song on your playlist.
Which one?
The outro, I guess.
No, ain't no laws.
Oh.
The whales.
No laws when you're drinking White Claws.
Been a minute. Can you hear this one, Marcus? Yeah, look at Marcus getting into it.
I hate all of you.
Anyways, all right. My name is Steven. I'm one of your four co-hosts. Today with me, we have Chris, Trey, and Tucker. Say hello, fellas.
What's happening?
Hello.
How's it going?
And joining us on Zoom all the way from the Kingdom of Sweden on Sweden National Independence, whatever the fuck day it is over there, we have Marcus joining us. Marcus, how are you, sir?
It's the most ethnocentric thing I think I've ever heard you say.
Yeah, pretty much. How are you, Marcus?
I'm very good. How are you?
Jesus Christ.
Way to play up to that.
What is so funny? Why are you laughing at me?
Sorry.
Jesus. All right.
Why do
gonna
we
be one of
bring the
those
chef on from fucking Muppets?
I don't know. Because he does the research, so I feel like I have to indulge him every once in a while.
Yeah.
He's the dumbass that's staying up to 1 a.m. to do this with us.
No, it's 1 o'clock now. By the time we're done, it'll be like 2:30.
That's what I'm saying. It's his fault.
Yeah.
I have to be at work at 7, so.
I mean, we could have been nice and done it here like 2 o'clock our time.
No, we
which would have
couldn't
been-
because-
No, we couldn't.
Because his wife's asleep.
Well, since you're from like one of those third world countries, are you just gonna like leave the podcast and walk to work?
No, I take my electric scooter.
It cost him a week's salary just to get internet for this.
No, still the Bogart style. I steal the neighbor's Wi-Fi.
Nice. Well played, sir. Well, today we're going to be reviewing the movie
Roadhouse. Roadhouse.
But before we get into that, we'll talk a little bit about our weeks, and then we'll move into the movie. So let's see, Chris, you were here last week. Let's start with you.
Marcus. He's a guest.
I was going to end with Marcus.
Because he's a guest.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be nicer to start with Marcus since
Fine.
he's a guest?
Yeah. Okay. Fine. Marcus, how was your week, buddy?
It was good.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Boom. Glad we started with Marcus.
Boinky, boinky.
Well, I have not done anything fun.
Yeah.
Just worked.
Just working in the factory, slaving away.
Exactly.
I
How
got
many-
you.
The life of a
y'all have to work over
socialist.
there?
Huh?
How many hours do y'all have to work a day over there?
Including all the breaks and lunch, we work 9 hours.
But what time do you told me you finish Friday at like a weird time?
Yeah, but we work in shifts.
Oh,
So 1 week we start at 5:48 and end at
Fucking random ass.
15:12, and then on Fridays we end the day at 12:18.
Is this after you sing the Socialist National Anthem?
yes.
No.
Well, nice. Well, I'm sorry you had somewhat of a boring week, but glad everything's going well for you. And again, thank you for doing the research.
Yeah, no problem.
Staying up late and
I
coming
find
on.
it funny. Or fun, I mean.
That's
Not
cool.
funny.
Nice. All right, let's move on. Chris, since you weren't here last week, how was your week?
You know, I've been having to celebrate my daughter's birthday for
A week.
a week. Yeah. It's a week-long celebration they do.
Sweet 15.
Yeah, she's 15. She drove me around in my car the other day. She said she gets nervous with me in the car.
Yeah. So from what I understand, your wife Taylor, she's like on her phone, not paying attention at all.
Right.
But you're apparently the opposite end. You're too much observing.
Yeah.
Is she nervous? Sort of in the way like people who are learning to fly are worried like the real pilot's gonna have like a heart attack and die and then not know how to like stop the vehicle.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
It could happen.
I actually thought about it yesterday. I left to go get some beer at, I don't know, whatever time it was, some beers. And I was driving. I was like, man, I should have just had Ellie drive me like that.
Oh, she would have loved it.
I know, especially driving that big old truck.
Yeah, I don't know how her dad would have been about that.
That's fair.
So maybe that's
Well, yeah. And so we had a party at Ellie's dad's
Mhm.
and wife's place.
Yeah, it's a nice,
Very, very nice.
nice place they got.
Great. I had a lot of fun. It was the most I've ever really hung out with them, and they were a lot of fun.
Mhm.
I showed back up. Had you left it? You'd already left at that
You bought a
point.
piece
Yeah,
off
Was
her.
it single wide or a double wide?
This thing's better than your house.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
way
yeah.
better than your house. It's a brand new house. It's a saltwater pool.
But 3 stories.
Yeah, it's nice. It's brand spanking new. So I showed back up. Well, so Alfie is his name,
Yeah.
and his wife is Brittany,
Yeah.
and Brittany's dad was there, and he's super nice guy, very cool. He had this hat on that said whiskey on it, and at one point, Brittany came over and was like, "Hey, do y'all want anything to drink?" And he's like, "Do you have any whiskey?" And she was like, "No, I don't have any." He's like, "Well, because he brought a flask and he'd already finished it." And so when I left to go get beer, there was a liquor store attached to the gas station. So I just popped around. I was like, I found some Old Forester, like
Where was this?
out
Down
of
the road on Donahue.
Farmville.
I like the preserve.
No, they live off just like
The
that?
package store off.
Yeah.
package store,
Yeah.
though. Yeah, right there in the corner.
Okay, yeah.
So I picked up a little,
Damn,
so
you went to a Tom Haley. You paid like
I know
30%.
I did.
Over.
I did, but I was, I was at someone's house and I was trying to be nice, and so I just pulled back up. And I was like, "Hey, here's you some whiskey," and they got into that a little bit, and it was
Yeah, I'm sure
That's
John
how-
appreciated that.
yeah. He seemed to. Do you know him?
I met him.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say
I'm sure he appreciated you grabbing him.
He was there at the party.
that's fair. I know you were there, but no, he did. They all seemed very appreciative, and then they kept taking shots, and it was getting pretty wild by the time we left. About 9:00 last night.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
wild. I saw a boob yesterday. That fucking happened. Can't take that back.
I don't even want to.
That's right. You did tell me this story.
It fucking happened, dude.
How do you want to know?
Yeah, go ahead. Tell it. Yeah.
No,
I
no,
went
'cause
to
we don't want
YJ.
to say no names, right? Or
Yeah.
I don't even know her name.
Don't
so
even know her
don't
name.
worry about
Don't
it.
even know her
okay.
name.
But I'll connect the dots for you later.
Okay, all right.
I mean, I know who it was, but anyways, that's the point. Go ahead.
I was gonna let Chris go.
I just went.
Well, I mean, like, were you done?
Oh yeah,
Sure.
I
we'll
mean,
say
we
I'm
jumped
done.
in and interrupted.
that's fair. I kind of.
I mean, this became a whole conversation. So my fucking week was great. Yeah, sure. Go ahead now.
Yeah, my week was okay.
Okay.
All
Saw a
Tell us
boob.
tell us about the boob.
Yeah, so like we were sitting there, and like me and Liam were like throwing the ball, in the pool. Like he's outside the pool, I'm in the pool.
Yeah.
Well, like when you're throwing with like a 5-year-old, like he overshot me, threw it to
Yeah.
the deep end. Well, there was a pair of sisters there, and they were in the deep end, whatever. And one of them grabs the ball, and she's just sitting there, just bouncing, like I'm gonna throw it, I'm gonna throw it, I'm gonna throw it. And he's like, oh, I'm
Oh.
getting nervous about this.
I got it.
And just boom, one of them just popped out, and she didn't know. And,
She didn't even notice.
and her sister's like, "Hey, your boob's out." And she's like, "What?" And then she's like, "Yeah, it's sort of out." And so just covers it up, and then she just flips me the ball.
She didn't even know her boob was out.
Nope. So it was out for like a good 30 seconds. Just like, yep,
That's a full on titty.
yep, it was there.
Gotcha. I figured it out now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Were they as nice as anything in the movie we saw in Roadhouse?
Roadhouse.
Excuse me, in
Roadhouse.
I mean, you talking about like the fake ones that are bought, or like the entire like everyone jumping in the
either one.
pond?
Either one.
No, probably not as nice.
That's fair. 80s boobs were better boobs.
I mean,
A
like,
lot of those are fake. They're silicone.
yeah.
Still.
Probably.
Hey, they're ill if I can touch them.
Well, I didn't touch them, so
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Probably
Just-
best.
I just didn't have $20 though.
yeah. I will say one of those sisters, like their dad was at the pool, so like I damn sure wasn't trying to.
Stepdad.
Yes, but I'm gonna call him dad for
Fair enough.
yeah.
Good enough.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Tucker, how was your week?
Nobody cares.
You got it from two people.
Well done, Marcus.
His facial expression from that, he was just like, right. That was gonna
You're
happen.
on a fucking drive.
Y'all are so fucking stupid.
It's a small pleasure.
Hey, do you volunteer at the place next door to Chappie's?
Don't the gym?
The gym? What? The jiu-jitsu? do you? No, I'm asking. They got their kids stuff that's going on right now.
No, I teach adult classes.
Oh, because Lim is going there.
Oh, because you're not allowed around the kids anymore. I got you.
Because of the incident.
Hey, me too, bud. Don't worry.
Because of the incident. That's all we're saying.
You're gonna one day just walk off of this show and not ever do it again, and we'll still come over here and record the basement with you.
I've got a key. I've got a key.
What are they doing? I don't know. Those shitheads are down there recording.
I'm
done with them.
I don't like them.
Be like, Courtney, when you go down, tell them to leave.
We'll just put one of your dogs in a place. It'll be more fucking entertaining than you.
Jesus Christ. Chris, man.
All right, go ahead. All right, clear hair. What happened with clear hair? I mean,
I fucking worked all week. No exciting stories.
You're on call, right?
Yes.
I am too. I know your pain.
Hey, all this abuse you're taking right here, is this better or worse than when your uncle got you?
Just thinking about it.
No, you're sitting there going like, I didn't see these assholes for 2 weeks and I'm just catching it all in 10 minutes. How long were y'all here before I got here that this was built
Not
up?
that long. No, we were off kosher. I don't know what it is. It's something about when we come down here and talk to mics. It's like time to troll. Tucker.
Anyway, good hanging out with you guys. Fuck out of my house.
Sorry, how was the week?
Again, I fucking worked all week.
Oh shit, you said it already?
Yeah. Still don't give a shit.
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
All right. My week was pretty much the same as well, just work and we had that party yesterday. It was a lot of fun though. We had a good time. I really enjoyed it, and I appreciate Alfie and Brittany having us over. So hopefully
But you
we can
didn't
do
get
that
to
again.
see a boob.
I did not get to see the boob. This happened afterwards. So
Afterwards, what?
I mean, well, I don't know. I don't know why I said afterwards.
Yeah, it was before.
It was kind of daring, really.
Yeah, you just weren't.
I just wasn't paying attention. I just wasn't paying attention.
Ah,
So yeah, I missed the booby. So, all right, moving
it
on.
happens.
Fan mail. I don't have any fan mail. We have Marcus here, so
Oh, he doesn't have his. Would you rather?
yeah. You don't have any would you rather's you want to throw off the cuff, do you?
I have not done anything.
Jeez, some people.
You're fired, Marcus.
No, you're not.
Can you fire someone who doesn't actually work for money?
Nope. Plus, I like him doing the research. It's just one less thing for me to do, which I'm okay with.
Roadhouse.
Would you rather lick?
Oh God.
I'll take the other one, probably.
Would you rather lick Tucker's nose or sniff Trey's ass
I'll lick Tucker's
Oh,
nose.
man. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna lick your nose, Tucker. Come here.
in the nose?
In the nose.
Probably still that.
Yeah.
I think Trey's even going with
I
that
think
one.
it's slightly less homoerotic, so I'll take it.
Oh, that was disturbing. Thanks so much for that. All right. If you want to email us, you can send us an email at theguysreviewpod@gmail.com, or you can make fun of us in real time in our Twitter podcast group. That's right. Twitter group.
Somebody said they sent us a message in our Facebook. They told
Really?
me. Yeah. I don't know. That's what somebody told me.
Yeah, somebody said they did. They want us to watch Two Girls, One Cup.
Oh,
And I'm not watching that again.
No.
Ever.
like a live review of Two Girls, One
Yeah.
Cup.
Yeah, but I will throw up all up in here.
Have you seen it before?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it worse than finger painting?
Probably. I mean,
Have you never seen it?
I don't think I have. I've seen the finger painting though.
these girls eat shit and then puke it back and forth in each other's mouth.
Pretty much.
I think I made it through like 45 seconds of it.
Ashley watched the whole thing. I couldn't. Marcus, do you know what we're talking about? Have you ever heard of this?
Yes, I heard, and I had never seen it. Thank God.
So go when we get off, go Google Two Girls, One Cup, watch it, and then you can review that next week. We will listen to that.
I know what kind of sick shit that is. So no, thank you.
Ugh.
Literally shit. You got that part right.
Yeah, that's 100% true.
But I heard that your American pancakes is the best in the world. But I also heard about blue
A blue waffle.
blue pancake, blue waffles.
Blue
Blue
waffle.
waffles. Yeah.
Oh, God, why are we hitting all the nasty highs?
Y'all ever watch that one where the guy got fucked to death by a horse?
What?
Yeah, I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
I don't think so, man. No, I don't
Yeah.
think I've ever seen that.
If not that, you also need to watch the BDSM Pain Olympics.
I've heard of that. I think I've seen part of it.
Like it's like an infrared like video of like a dude just like cutting his nuts open and just
Oh,
yeah,
oh.
it gets wild, man.
It just
How
brings.
did you get on this?
I don't know. All it brings to mind is
Oh yeah, the guy.
Goatsy and
Someone-
Lemon Party.
The guy's sending the thing. Facebook. That's right.
Yeah.
Your microphone sounds hollow, and I can't figure out why.
I don't know. How about now? I don't know.
Probably where Tucker was fucking
There
with
we
me the
go.
other day.
No, you know what it is? You're talking to the backside of the mic.
Am I? Oh, I am. Am I? Oh my god! I'm gonna break it. Steven!
Actually, it sounds better now.
It does sound better.
That sounds better now.
I can hear your voice, so probably not.
I think probably the kids when they were playing with it, they probably turned it around.
Probably
I've been
did.
trying to figure that out for 2 weeks, trying to why you sounded weird.
I just sound weird.
Well, that
I thought he
too.
was speaking Swedish over here.
Are
Birdie, birdie.
I'll have to-
you gonna like?
I'm
okay.
just gonna mess with it later. All right.
You
sorry.
wipe my butt later on too for me?
No, no.
Okay.
I'm good with not doing that.
Fuck my mic.
I'll check with I'll see if I can find the message though.
What message? Oh yeah, that's
Whoever
right.
sent it.
Sorry.
So,
Jesus Christ, this is already off the rails.
I know. All right. Well, okay. So don't have emails. If you want to, yeah, I said how to message us, so that's good. 15 minutes. 15 minutes.
This is like the first time in 3 weeks that me and Trey have been together on here. So
Yeah,
That's fair.
So it's
Have you noticed that every time the two of them are here together, the fucking episode goes sideways?
And it's only building up. It's getting worse every week.
At least we're getting more downloads. That's what's important. to me. All right, moving on. Let's go into
Roadhouse.
all right. Directed by Rowdy Harrington, written by R. Lance Hill and Hillary Hinkin did the screenplay.
Probably why it sucked.
Starring Patrick Swayze, Kelly Lynch, Sam Elliott, Ben Gazzara, and Julie Michaels. Released on May 19th, 1989, on a budget of $17 million, which is $39.6 million today. Box office haul of $61.6 million, which is $143 million today. Marcus, you got here. The gross worldwide was only $30 million, which is $70 million.
The box office, when I'm looking at 61.6
I don't know.
total box office.
Ratings. IMDb gives it a 6.6 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes has it at 37%. Metacritic at 36%.
Hey, Marcus, how do you convert the metric system in money to the American dollar?
Jesus.
Google, I assume.
It depends on how many countries USA have invaded because of oil.
It's fair.
I think we're at 2.
Hey, can we fire him and get an Asian?
But Steven, I did write the box office.
Well, I see box office 61.6, but then you have under it says gross worldwide of 30 million. So I don't know. Maybe that was
No,
extra.
it says 143.6 million in 2022.
right. Yeah. But then under that it says gross worldwide. I'm just wondering if it's probably just leftover from a previous one. All right. Google users. Chris.
82.
I just know Sammy Chang wouldn't leave something from the last episode.
Google user Trey.
What'd you say? 82?
Yeah.
1.
76.
87%.
Damn, that's higher than I thought.
That's pretty high.
You still got it.
It's always rated by the people that love it, though.
I know. So between VHS, DVD, and Blu-ray streaming
Yeah, we
service
talked about
sales,
Roadhouse.
has grossed over $203 million. The film was originally released on VHS and then DVD. Blah blah blah. They've added a whole bunch of specials and stuff to it. So it basically it's got its legs. You know,
Isn't there a sequel?
It's got a
Yes.
it's got a cult following.
it's got a cult
Huge
following
cult
due
following.
to
Yeah.
VHS,
Yeah,
DVD.
bouncers across the country masturbate to this movie.
Thank you, Ron White.
You're welcome.
60% of the time, it works every time.
I thought you say you watch this all the time.
I did, like when I was in college. Like it was like my nightly, like one for like 3 months straight. Just put it on, go to sleep.
There is a lot of boobs in it though, so that may explain why a lot of bouncers.
It's entirely possible.
Anyway,
Anything glorifying that job too.
Here-
I mean, it's right there, like in prestige with like police officer.
Like Police Academy for police officers.
Hey, that's a funny ass movie. The original one is.
Yeah, but they made like 6 more that weren't.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
It's fair.
I don't really think 2 was that bad, but yeah, I think
the first 2 were pretty good.
Yeah. All right, here are thine awards: Lord Tucker Wanker, Second Earl of Wessex, Lord of the Furries.
What?
That's what Marcus wrote. Lord of the Furries, heir of Lord Baldy, the one-eyed snake wrestler.
That never gets old. I love it.
Well done, sir. All right, they got the only awards that Roadhouse got were some Razzie Awards in 1990. Nominee for the worst picture for Joel Silver, worst actor for Patrick Swayze, worst supporting actor for Ben Gazzara, worst director for Rowdy Harrington, and worst screenplay for Lance Hill and Hillary Hinken.
This had to win. Like,
I don't think it won any of them.
wait, no, it had to win like the Guinness Book for like the most mullets in a movie. Even some of the women had mullets in it.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, it was 1989. It was shot in 87. So, I mean, you're talking about mid 80s.
Yeah. Well, late 80s.
I read
I
something.
don't know. I still don't think I've seen that many mullets in a movie.
I read something about there was debate on who used more hairspray, Patrick Swayze or
the chick.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's Julie Michaels. No one's really sure. First time you saw the movie?
Today.
Marcus. First time you saw Roadhouse.
Can't remember.
Have you seen it like multiple times though? I mean, like 10 years ago or like 20 years ago?
Sometime between that. I know I have seen
Yeah.
it.
Very informative, sir.
I've seen it at least once.
Okay, good enough. Chris?
I think this was the first time I've seen it. I
Really?
thought I'd seen it before, but no. Like after watching it today, I was like, yeah, I've never seen this movie. I
I've only seen it one other time.
think I'm
honestly.
mistaking it for something else. Maybe I don't know.
And that was like 5 or 10 years ago.
Yeah. Like in high school, like on TNT, probably.
Yeah.
I remember seeing it on like TBS or USA growing up, and this movie and the movie Cocktails made me want to be a bartender. I'm serious.
This movie made you want to be a bartender.
This movie and Cocktails made me want to work in a bar.
Why this movie made you want to work in a bar, not be a
Well,
bartender.
Cocktails made me want to be a bartender, but this movie made me want to work in a bar. So I've seen this movie probably, I don't know.
Is it? No, I
35,
think you
40
probably
times.
wanted to be the bartender. Were you going to like take cuts off of the?
That's
drinks
exactly
and
what I was
all?
going to say. Slip and change from the till.
Skim some money.
I think
All
that's
right.
what it came down to. What's up?
Nothing.
What about you?
Like I said, I've only seen it one other time, and I saw it like, I don't know, 5 or 10 years ago.
He's already said that. Did you not take your memory medicine today? Fuck.
I don't know. I didn't cut my machine on last night when I went to bed. I
You did?
forgot. I passed out so hard. I forgot. Then when I
Yeah.
woke up this morning, I had the biggest migraine in the world.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Oh
You
shit!
don't fucking breathe.
I
It will.
didn't listen. I didn't cut it off the other day.
yeah.
I went to Saturday, so I went to work. You know, I live about over a little bit over a mile away from work, and they told me like, if you don't cut it off, it's okay. Once you get a certain distance away, it'll just cut off. Well, apparently, a fucking mile is not it, because I'm sitting there at work and I'm just getting like this, like like in my tongue is just like just vibrating away, and it's like I think it started like I haven't tried it out yet, so I wonder like did it malfunction or something, because like it didn't stop, it just kept going. I was like, I looked at coffee, and so I had to go back home because I was looking at my coffee cup and I was like, I really want to drink this, but it's going to be a big ass mess if this thing keeps on like shooting my tongue out of my mouth while I'm trying to drink coffee.
I would have loved it. Like a customer comes in to complain, you have to talk to him.
I'm sorry to hear that your food isn't very good today.
We should do that one day. I should come on. I should bring it in with me, turn on, and do the whole entire podcast.
All right, so Top Gun, here we go.
Roadhouse. Roadhouse.
I want you to know, I was in your corner yesterday, kind
Jesus
of.
Christ.
Oh, I went back home and cut it off, by the way.
So Marcus, you don't know this. So
What corner?
yesterday at the party, there was a pretty heavy discussion on whether or not we should do this or if we should just go ahead and watch Top Gun to capitalize on,
Yeah.
The new Top Gun movie.
well, we watched the
Maverick.
original and then, but we were just going to supplant Roadhouse and just not tell you.
Would have been hilarious. I still contend that.
That's another movie that I've seen 50 times.
Now
so
that
we
one,
can do it.
I've also seen like a bunch.
That movie's very homoerotic, isn't it?
Suppose, yeah.
Not supposedly, it is.
I mean,
Lot of
Marcus, have
butt
you ever
patting
seen
and
Top
stuff.
Gun?
It's a piece of burning shit.
No, come on, man.
That's not fair. He was pulling for the
Let's
Russians.
be honest.
That's true. He
Let's
was
be
pulling for the
honest.
Russians.
Hey, I
Iron-
fucking hate
Iron
those.
Eagle was
Read the
better than
comics.
Top Gun.
No,
Iron Eagle was much better than Top Gun.
no,
No.
I will
no.
put it down right now. I would watch Iron Eagle any day over Top Gun.
Look, the Iron Eagle and Top Gun are both fucking dumpster fire movies.
No, no,
However,
no.
I love both of them.
No, Iron
Dude,
Eagle
I remember.
is not as much of a dumpster fire.
I
as
You
Top
remember-
are
Gun.
fucking high.
Iron Eagle is a better movie.
No,
Yes, it is.
negative.
I'm gonna have to agree with Tucker on this one.
Thank you.
Iron Eagle's a hot
Sack
piece of
of
shit. It's a hot piece of shit.
It really is.
It's not as
I don't
bad
think
as Top
I don't
Gun.
know if I've ever even seen it all the way through. That's
What's
how
that,
bad.
Iron Eagle?
Yeah, I don't think it's that
The first
bad.
one or the second
The
one?
soundtrack to Iron Eagle was better than the actual movie.
I don't remember.
So it was
seeing the
better than
song
Top
from
Gun
it.
soundtrack.
No.
No.
Dude, Kenny Loggins. did a
Yeah,
song in
seriously.
this.
Highway to the Danger Zone. I literally wore that tape out.
I'm hearing Kenny Loggins music.
Oh my
Dude, I used to
gosh.
want to wear jeans and a white t-shirt and the bomber jacket to school every day. And my mom wouldn't
Fuck
let me.
yeah.
Yeah, but the problem was they were cut off jeans.
I mean, my jorts
really
look.
funny.
I had really good legs as a child.
So are we doing? I guess we're doing.
So he
Top
went to
Gun
the
next week.
trench coat after that.
Yeah, he did. After all that
It
teasing,
was,
he took.
if he could have worn a bomber jacket, he could just not worn the trench coat.
Well, the problem is he was wearing the trench coat, but like no shirt underneath it, so it was just really weird.
He was getting into the BDSM stuff.
Yeah, like just one squiggle of hair.
He still has one
That's I was
squiggle
gonna
of
say
hair.
that's generous.
He,
That's
he
very
still has the
generous.
one squiggle of hair. I've
He
seen him at the
refuses to
light.
carry brushes it every now and then. I can't even grow hair on my chest.
Hey
I don't
there,
even know why
I was
I'm
about to
making
say,
fun.
dude, you got less hair than I do on your chest.
Yeah. I probably got less hair on my arms than you do on your chest.
Probably. I've gotten a little hair as I've gotten older, but not much. It's like a toupee. All right, Tucker,
It's like
this
a-
is your movie, so
was
we'll
it
let
like
you.
what's it called? A merkin? The pubic hair?
Yes, the
wig?
merkin. All right, this is your movie, so I'll let you do the synopsis.
All right. Well, so I'd like to give
Do
some
not
thanks
eat this.
to the people that supplied this
Maybe.
synopsis for me. Thank you, Wikipedia.
But it smells like
Imagine
beef
that.
jerky.
All right, here we go. James Dalton is a professional cooler with a mysterious past who is enticed from his job in New York City by Frank Tillman to take over security at his own club, the Double Deuce in Jasper, Missouri.
That's a
Roadhouse.
deuce.
Never understood what they call it, the double deuce.
Eh, better than the-
Doesn't
like,
Sam
I
Elliott
guess when
call
you
it?
take two shits?
Doesn't Sam Elliott later on call it the double douche?
Yeah.
Yes.
Frank plans to invest substantial money into the club to enhance its image, and he needs a first-rate cooler to maintain stability. Arriving in Jasper, Dalton takes lodging at a local
Coke makes
farm
good coolers.
owned by Emmett, a friendly elderly man. Handing control of all bar operations and hiring by Frank, Dalton attracts attention with his quiet demeanor, which contrasts with the rowdy locals. Dalton is introduced to local business magnate Brad Wesley, who effectively controls the town. Attempting to assert order in the violent nightclub, Dalton dismisses several unruly employees for excessive violence, theft, or drug dealing, and also fucking on the job. I added that in there.
Yeah, that's fair. Appreciate that.
You're welcome. So it's not entirely Wikipedia this time.
Good job.
Some have connections with Wesley, and one night Dalton discovers Wesley's henchman menacing Tillman in his office. A fight ensues, and Dalton and his fellow employees are forced to physically remove the men. During the struggle, Dalton receives a knife wound, and at the hospital, he begins a friendship with Dr. Elizabeth Clay, which develops into a romance. It's like 30 minutes.
I don't know
of
if I
movie.
call it a romance.
I-
They were just shacking later on.
more of a fuck fest at first, but you know.
Okay, so real fast, I did the math on
They're
this.
sitting on the rusty tin, but naked.
So I don't know how much. Yeah, no, right? That's
First of all, tin doesn't rust, sir.
I believe it
Aluminum?
does.
aluminum. Then
I don't think tin rusts.
you've never seen a rusty tin
I think
roof?
that's stainless. I think that's steel.
Okay, okay.
Is it?
So listen to
stainless
this.
steel does.
So
That's what I'm thinking of.
the deal that Dalton got to come
It's
to
an
the Double
oxidize.
Deuce.
He's fucking right.
Tin
Because it does not contain iron, it cannot rust.
interesting.
So is aluminum.
Must have been.
Okay. So he gets $5,000 up front,
And $500
$500 a night.
plus all medical expenses.
Okay. How many nights do you think he works?
Every night it's open.
Probably
so
5.
6.
Five
Well,
or 6 nights
We'll
a week.
say
Well-
5. He has to have a night off. We'll say 5.
Right?
Maybe not-
anybody there. He's working
Mhm.
every night.
Maybe not at first
Mm.
when they're cleaning everything up, but later on he probably drops down to 4 or 5.
I'm
Okay.
gonna say it's probably a Thursday, Friday, Saturday place.
Not that place.
I don't
Yeah, that
think.
place-
Well, this is like in the
There's
80s.
fucking day drinking happening, so there's definitely like middle of the week drinking.
All right, so we're gonna go with 5 days a week. That's 260 days a year.
Uh-huh.
At $500 a night, that's $130,000
In 1989.
all cash.
Yeah, I believe it.
That's not bad. I did.
Well, that car he had was
And his rent's only $100.
His rent is $100.
Yeah.
Can you afford $100?
They ain't got to worry about the electrical bill, really.
so.
I don't
So
think.
in the 80s, those I think that was when Mercedes really started bumping up their car prices.
Mhm.
'Cause they took it to the very top that the market could bear. This was, I think, in the 80s was when Mercedes' first vehicle topped $100,000.
Really?
So that being said, I looked this car up many, many years ago. In the 80s, that was like a $50,000 or $60,000 car.
Yeah, that's pretty
You
expensive.
can afford it.
I'm sure he could.
The car
but
he already
still,
had?
the Mercedes.
The Mercedes, yeah, the
The one
nice
he-
the one he
car,
already
too.
had.
Yeah.
The nice one.
So I did. So
Not the
um,
one he bought.
No, the one he
No,
gave
yeah,
away.
the
He-
piece of
he-
shit.
Yeah, not the one that he didn't care if it got destroyed.
Which that's actually
But
smart.
he asked him does the lights work on
Yeah,
it?
because he's got to drive home after the bar closes. Dark.
And they had the
The
open and
clamshell
close.
lights, yeah.
What the
Yeah.
fuck? They just.
But you know what?
I'm pretty sure you could have went to any one of those cars and been like, "Hey,"
Maybe
and they knew they were going to destroy it.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I got it. But I mean, maybe he got the clamshell headlights so they couldn't bust out his headlights.
Makes sense.
Right. But again, then that's
Okay,
that's
I'll give
actually
you that.
that's actually a smart thing because you're going into a bar and you're going to be pissing off a lot of people.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, he planned ahead. He already
Yeah.
knew because
He had the tires
stuffed
in the
tires
back.
in the back of his
Stuff
car.
the
Yeah.
tires in the back. So I also did this math. I did 4 days a week also, which is 208 days a year, which works out to $104,000. And inflation wise, and today that would be $242,000.
I'd do it.
I mean, that's a nice pay. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd
but
do it.
nobody wants you to do it though.
I could do that job.
I don't think you could. Terry Funk would have wiped the floor with you.
So it's 200.
Like he said about the first guy they fired, you don't have the mentality for it.
Wait, so it was at $500 a night. How much was that?
If you work
Inflation.
if
on
you work
$500.
4 nights a week, that's 208 days a year times $500 a night comes out to $104,000, which in 2022 is $242,000.
That's not bad money.
$250,000 for 4 nights a week.
I would do that.
To make sure people don't. Well, I mean, you might get stabbed. Well, you might get stabbed and shot as it is now. So you don't get paid $242,000.
That's exactly right.
Marcus, would you do that? $242,000 a year?
He wouldn't. It would mostly go to his taxes.
That's about 2 million in Swedish money.
So how much?
Oof.
What's your taxes over there? Like what's your federal tax rate? Do you know?
It is all independent on which county you are in.
So let's say
So my county is, I think, the top 3 in the most taxes in all of Sweden. I pay 32% of my pay in taxes. I think Stockholm has 33.
so you bring
That's not
home
far
you bring
off.
home 2/3 of your pay.
Exactly. So in
Not that different from here.
It's not
really
that
not.
different from here. If you claim a 0-0 dependent, it's I think it
Yeah.
roughly comes out to be about 25 to 28% that you get taken
Uh,
out, depending on the tax bracket
Mine's
that you fall in.
mine's about 30%. That's what comes off.
Again, it depends on what tax bracket you fall in.
So
I've
it's
I've
actually
always
not
I've always said about 2. I mean, I've always just worked about whatever my
Or-
salary is.
different.
2/3.
You're bringing home 2/3.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
I
good
think
money.
what it is, I think it's below 40,000, it would be about 25%. And then I guess anything over 40,000 also would go up more.
so if
20% here. Sorry.
we get paid every 30 days, so once a month style, my pay in dollars will be 2,600 is my monthly pay after taxes.
So when the government cuts the checks and makes the payments to everybody at the first of the month, do they shut down the soup kitchen that week, or how does that work?
I have no comment.
He even had a sign.
Who the fuck is calling you?
2,000. Now is that 2,600? That's your dollars or is that our dollars? Equivalent.
New Zealand dollar.
New Zealand dollar.
So let me ask y'all this. In the first scene, one of the first scenes that Double Deuce, there's the guy, and I guess it's his girlfriend, or maybe that's a pimp, and his
His
Oh,
wife,
with the
yeah.
boobs.
Oh yeah,
with the boobs.
That's
Would
one of the
y'all-
greatest lines.
Would
Right
y'all
there.
pay $20 just to kiss her boobs or to?
Are you gonna kiss him? I can't. I don't have $20. That was great. I gotta give it up. That was pretty funny.
I'll
That
say
was
I'll
funny.
say this. Would I pay $20 to touch or kiss her boobs? Probably not, just because that feels a little slimy. But I did have I think I told you all this. I had an ex-girlfriend who she flashed a bar owner and we got to drink for free. So
How is that not just a slimy?
well, well, I don't know.
I'm
That
just-
makes-
that
choice.
makes him slimy, not you.
It was her choice. It was her choice. I mean, I wasn't like this guy. I wasn't like, hey, you want to see her tits for free drinks? She was. I can't remember honestly how it came up at this point, but basically it came up. Hey, if she flashes you, can we drink for free? And he was like, yeah.
Oh, that sounds like you set
Yeah,
that
that
up.
sounds like you set that
Well,
up.
It sounds like the $20 thing.
Yeah.
Just no touching.
You
So it's like a strip
sleazeball.
club.
No touching.
No touching.
No touching.
Using your women for money. and
It was still her
drinks.
choice.
Was it?
Was
I
it
believe
though?
it
Was it though?
Was it though?
We don't know what's going to happen to her when she gets out to the car with you.
Here's the thing.
Are you
though.
going to show her your pimp hand?
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Like she could
I'll
easily
keep it
take him in a
powdered.
fight. She could
If
easily.
it was an
take
80,
Steve
he
in a
kept
fight.
it powdered in more ways. Sorry.
So the big brawl that kind of breaks out like early on. Have y'all ever been in like a big brawl like that? Big bar fight?
Yeah.
Like with all the people fighting?
At Supper Club.
Really?
I was not involved in this fight. Well, I had nothing to do with it. I got drug into it.
I find that hard to believe, but okay.
Now, this is one of the few fights that I've been in a bar that I legitimately did not start and had absolutely no part of, and still got fucking thrown out for it.
But I feel like you probably participated. which
No,
would
I
figure you
didn't.
out.
I didn't.
So you didn't throw a punch.
No, I never threw a punch.
Well, then you weren't in the fight.
I
You
cocked
got
back-
thrown out for
I
it.
cocked back to throw.
You
a
were like
punch.
that guy that was sitting at the bar laughing.
All right, so y'all remember
So
Supper
somebody
Club.
throws a ball
The-
against your head.
Y'all
That's why
remember
you
the
got that
stage
hair
at
like
Supper
that.
Club, right?
Yes.
Y'all remember the stage at Supper
Yes,
Club?
yes.
So they had the little pit. You could go down there and dance and whatnot.
Yeah.
Well, I was dancing with this girl, and a fight breaks out behind me, and I had no fucking clue what was going on. Some drunk asshole missed the guy he was trying to hit and punched me in the back of the head. Like I said, I was
Are
not.
you sure he missed by
No, because
accident?
you were out cold after that.
No, he
Yeah,
didn't hit me
you were.
that hard. I spun around and I'm drawing back. I'm like, all right, motherfucker, who hit me? And about that time, you know how the Supper Club bouncers work.
Yeah.
Like 10 of these
Very
motherfuckers
proactive, yeah.
swarmed us. And because I spun around and did that and drew my fist back, I got tossed the fuck out too.
Marcus, how about you? You ever been in any bar brawls?
No.
Nice.
Good story, Marcus.
I plead the fifth.
bringing the heat today.
No, but
Look,
I
Marcus,
I
have,
don't-
have you ever been in a fight, period?
yes,
Did you win or lose?
I have. My first fight, if you will call it, a
Mouse looked
guy
out.
just walked up to me and then just headbutted me.
For
And
what?
yeah,
Why?
because he thought I was bullying his little brother when it was someone else who had the name Marcus. So he thought it was me. So he just walked up to me and just headbutted me, knocked out my tooth.
Oh shit.
Jesus.
God,
It's a hell of a headbutt.
this is a pretty hard hitting guy.
Jesus.
Uh,
Was that the only hit though? Like it was like he hit you, you know.
yeah, I was knocked out cold completely for 2-3 minutes.
You
Jesus
can imagine, not
Christ.
just tooth out. Yeah, you'd be knocked out. Yeah.
Wow.
And I was 13, and the guy who did it was 21.
Who has the balls to bully in line at a soup kitchen? Like fucking hell.
The same type of person that would bully mentally challenged people.
Shit.
Or disturbed
Wait,
teens.
he was 13 though, man. Were you like a big 13-year-old kid or something?
He's not a big
He's not
full
a
man.
Yeah.
No, I was just a fat kid.
Okay. I was just wondering because, like, I'm sitting there thinking in my head, like, you know, you could tell if somebody's 13. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I mean,
an adult, you'd be like, you know, that's a 13-year-old kid there, you know?
No, but the dude who headbutted me also went on some kind of drugs or alcohol at the time, so he didn't just care. He only heard that Marcus was there, so he went up straight to me, looked me in the eye, and then bam.
So he found the first Marcus and headbutted him.
Yes.
Kind of shitty.
A little bit.
Damn.
Okay.
I don't know why you were picking on Vinny Jones' little brother.
Yes, dude. Oi! I hate eye ties, but I'm Swedish. Them
Oh.
two.
That was a-
And the last time I got into a fight, I have mixed hard liquors, different kinds, and beer and wine. So
Jesus.
I was 21 or 22. We were at the house party and just started drinking, and then two people did try to kick my ass for some reason because I was completely black out from all the alcohol, and they told me that I have beaten the shit out of 3 people and flipped a small car.
Wait.
I-
Flipped a small car.
Yeah, like a Fiat Punto or something like that. You know, a tiny car.
Hey, think
It's
of
like a few hundred pounds. Like
Oh.
it's
think of like a
Little death
little
trap.
red wagon, but heavier. Trey, am I wrong?
no, you're not wrong.
All right.
I'm just trying to imagine a night that I can't think of one night ever where I've done liquor and beer, and I'll do wine, but all 3, you drank all 3 in one night? Like that is a recipe for disaster.
Half a bottle of whiskey, half a bottle of vodka.
Got a little more respect for the Swedes.
Yeah.
I think 18 beers.
No,
and-
here's the problem though. Like they're a socialist country. They're only gonna have like a fifth. Like it's not gonna be like a real bottle.
So in my youth, I did drink a lot.
Wow, that's a lot. All right. Well,
So that's I don't mix anymore because
No.
I go berserk apparently when I drink.
yeah, he's a fucking Viking. Look at him.
That was great. I was kind of thinking something in my head. I was like, and then you started singing. That's awesome, man. Yeah, give me that.
My love for you is like a truck berserker.
That sounds something like your uncle would say.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
Well played. Nice.
All right, let's go on to
Yeah,
the next
keep going,
section
keep
of the
going,
movie.
keep
All
going.
right. Let's see. Well, before we go here, so before we go to the next part, there was a scene where they were at the scene where they're at the farm where they go out on Dalton's roof. Y'all ever fucked outside like that? Like where other people could see you like at
Yes.
the lake
Yep.
or something?
Yeah.
All right. Guess I'm the only one then.
Yeah, just like you and your uncle, y'all had to hide it away.
It'll die one day probably, but not today.
So where
Today is not the
where
day.
were, where were you when you did that?
I had sex in a cemetery.
You're going to hell.
I know.
I don't want to hear the rest of this.
Probably not.
Balcony at a party
Nice.
at the fraternity house. Yep.
There you go.
I was at a boat dock once, and it was like
Was it a floating dock? So you had the motion of the ocean?
no. I was in the car, and it was right there. And then, like when it got done, there was a car right across, and the headlights came. The car cranked up, and the headlights came on. And I was like, "Well,
Well,
that's happened."
All right.
Marcus, what about you? You ever had sex where somebody else could catch you?
In a car, on a parking lot, on the beach, in the public park, and in a populated hiking trail in the forest.
Wait, you're saying somewhere somebody can catch you, or are you trying to say somewhere somebody did catch you? Because that's different.
No, like
I mean, where
they
people
were out-
actually saw is like one
they
thing.
were out
and
on
being
like they were out on like a roof where, and they were on a pond. So there's other houses over there. We know Brad Wesley's house was over there, and he saw them.
He's on.
But who else lives over there that could have seen them?
I think it was done on purpose.
Nah, I doubt it.
I think so. Yeah, I mean, he knew that Brad Wesley was over there.
I don't know if he knew he was watching, but I mean,
No, but he knew.
yeah.
And he left
Actually, now that I think about it, also there was one time with a girl when I was in Miami. We were in
You sure it was a girl?
yeah, I'm pretty sure. I
I'm
checked.
pretty sure.
Pretty sure. I saw down there. But we were in the water, and we were about chest deep, and she just kind of wrapped her legs around me. And like, I mean, they were people. Like, it was in the middle of the day. So, like, at one point there was like a dad and his kid, and like I kind of like spun us around. I was like, I'm gonna walk this way now. It was fun.
All right. Well,
I'll have to wonder what happened to her. Need to Facebook her.
you have another kid somewhere.
Shit.
Statute of limitations is passed on that.
Has it though? Because he's never taken a paternity test.
I feel like it has. If the kid makes it 18, you don't owe back child support.
Yeah, it'd be 18 this year because it's 2004.
Yeah. Dodged a bullet.
Glad to know that.
Well, 9 months.
Yeah, that's not
9 months from when it
This,
happened.
this is
so-
not legal advice. This is me just speculating.
Oh,
I've actually got a question about legal advice that we'll get to eventually.
All right. Wesley summons Dalton to his home in a seemingly innocent attempt to make peace, but ultimately reveals his true intentions. He wants Dalton to work for him once he extorts the double deuce, and he also reveals knowledge of Dalton's past by mentioning an incident where Dalton killed a man in Memphis, Tennessee. When Dalton declines, Wesley begins attacking Dalton's friends, including interfering with liquor deliveries to the double deuce. Dalton's mentor, aging but legendary cooler Wade Garrett, arrives in town after a phone call from Dalton and helps him defend a liquor shipment from Wesley's thugs. That evening, the auto parts store of a local business owner, Red Webster, is destroyed by a fire after he refuses to give in to Wesley's persistent extortion demands. Dalton, not wanting to exacerbate matters, allows Wesley and his men entrance to the club that night. However, Wesley deploys Jimmy Reno, a violent ex-con and skilled martial artist, to start a brawl with the Double Deuce bouncers. After a brief skirmish with Wade and Dalton, Wesley calls an end to the fight and leaves the club. The next day, Wesley sends one of his thugs to demolish Pete Staudenmeyer's car dealership with a monster truck in front of the citizens after he also refuses Wesley's demands.
that's some 80s bullshit right there.
Is there anything more 80s than
the monster truck?
the original blue Bigfoot?
Yeah. No. And when
I used to want that.
you know,
truck.
when
Oh, of course. Hell
like
yeah.
I said, when I first saw this
F350
movie,
diesel?
when I first saw this movie, I was like, why the hell is there?
You mean
Why the
yesterday
hell is there? Yeah, today.
or today?
Well, I was like, why the hell is there a monster truck in this movie?
Why not?
Why is there? And then all of a sudden, when they got to a car dealership and I saw the truck, I was like, yep,
That's why.
I know what's about to happen
Yeah.
right now.
This whole thing
And
is
they're
just
beat up station wagons that were inside there. They're just
was awesome.
He's about to put something
I'm not
down
gonna
on a new car.
That was the
Yeah.
the best part of this whole movie to me.
you're fucking kidding me.
It was awesome. That was cool.
You're
That was a
kidding me.
cool scene.
It was
I
not
did enjoy it.
cool.
Hell yeah.
How
it
was that cool? That was
fucking,
not cool.
It's fucking Bigfoot.
It was fucking stupid. That's what
well,
it was.
yeah, it was stupid, but it was
No, it
cool.
was
I'm
fucking
not saying
stupid.
it was the whole
It's like
movie
the
is
triple Lindy.
the whole movie is cheesy, stupid, whatever. I mean, crappy fights and all this stuff. But that was
Are
the
we gonna
best
do a
part.
triple Lindy tonight?
Of course we're
today?
gonna do a
This is
triple
my
Lindy.
fucking triple Lindy.
Well,
The fights
it's a little
were
early for
the
it.
fight choreography was actually not terrible for an 80s movie.
Mm.
But, you know, it wasn't like you see in a lot of the martial arts movies where you got 5 guys dancing around one dude and they're all waiting to get beat up. It's not like a Chuck Norris
Except
movie.
for like when they have like a scene where old ass Sam Elliott has to fucking fight somebody.
He was only 44 when this movie was made. That's not
Yeah,
old.
Jesus
but-
Christ, he was only 44.
but look at how he's fighting. And how
I'm 40. I'm 44. Look at me.
Look,
And look at
Sam
Sam
Elliott's
Elliott.
in better shape than you were.
No, look at his old ass self in there.
but
He looks like he's about 67, 70.
Sam Elliott then versus you now. My money's on Sam Elliott any day of the week.
I would totally agree with you on that. I'm not saying that though. I'm saying he looks old as shit.
yeah,
He looks old as shit in The Ranch.
That was what
30 years later,
after.
yeah.
Yes.
He
How
did
old is
not.
he
look-
actually? He's like
he
in his
actually is
70s.
old as shit now.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
He didn't look that old in this movie.
but if you
He
look
He
at how he's
fucking
moving
did.
around though, like and then like
Then
his
he moves
fighting
around like an
style,
old-ass
there's no
man.
way he's beating somebody who knows any sort of martial art that's worth
Wait,
it.
hold
he checked that leg kick from
Hey, wait,
Jimmy
hold
like
on.
a-
Now
like a
this pisses
champ.
me off even more because he's 44 in this movie. And he's like talking like he's this old ass man in this movie. He's like, oh, I'm like this
Well,
old ass. And he's
no.
fucking 44. I'm 44.
No, hold on.
I don't
Age-
move like that at 44.
Hold on. Age is relative to what you do. All right.
Yeah, in bouncing terms, like that is old.
That's old as fuck. Because
Well, and what's his face? Patrick Swayze's character Dalton Patrick Swayze was only 37 when he made this film.
so his character's probably early to mid 30s.
Probably, yeah. I mean,
'Cause they
I'd
said
say
it's-
same age.
but still
Yeah.
7 years younger.
7 years.
And-
younger. That's a
and the rea-
lot.
and
That's
the
a lot of
reason
time
I
in
say
bouncing
that-
years.
And the reason I say that is because I'm getting close to 40. Steven's about to be 40 as well. I had to throw that in there.
Thanks. I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
that,
Just
Dick.
twist that knife a little bit more. But at the police department, I'm one of the old guys now. And I haven't I'm
You're one of the old guys everywhere.
You at least look like it.
Well, it's you're one of the old guys there because they haven't replaced your old ass yet. They've done moved up to like younger ones and said, "Hey, we got to better equip this fucking place and all." And they're like, "Well, let's keep this old."
I
ass
will
dude
say the
here."
cop that pulled me over and gave me a ticket a couple weeks ago, he was probably in his 20s and it pissed me off so bad. I was like,
Yeah.
listen, son.
Who else is going to sign off on the papers?
Tucker.
Guy keep
you,
Tucker, right?
You do realize you look like the cop that like pours like liquor in his cup every morning.
But you're also not
You know
one.
why?
But you're
Because
also
he is the cop that pours liquor in his
But
cup
wait.
every morning.
But you're also not one of the cops that you see out on the beat every day.
No, I
right?
mean, I am
He's a desk
I am a
jockey.
detective
Bro.
until I get promoted to sergeant. Then I'll go back to the road.
Maybe.
And the sergeant should be an old ass man.
Jesus.
They're gonna see you come from a mile away, just the clear hair reflecting all the street lights.
They can just
But
put,
no,
they can
no,
put like a
because-
red reflector here and a blue reflector here.
No, because he's back on the streets and he gets to wear his hat again.
He's not wrong. I do get to wear a hat when I go back to patrol.
Be an officer and a gentleman.
But they're not the mount me hats the troopers wear. So
Yeah.
there's that. I got that going for me.
All right, what the hell are we talking about?
The dick measuring between Brad and Dalton.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, that's what this whole movie is. The thing is this. Like, I realized this during the sex scene. First of all, impressive sex scene, not very practical. Having sex standing up.
Yeah, how about the
Done it.
bullshit that
I've
Patrick
noticed.
Swayze tells him at right when they had the meeting? He's like, "No fighting in the bar. You take him outside unless you absolutely have to." And then whenever he finally comes up, they're like, "We need need your help." They're like, "Beat the shit out of this guy." I'm gonna look like the badass and make you guys look like a bunch of damn pansies.
No,
That was his whole plan, was it
No,
not? And then
no.
all the chicks in there, their panties dropped right then and there because they were like, "Oh, he's a badass." These other bouncers didn't do anything. He cock blocked all of the other bouncers in that place. That's exactly what that
Because
was.
one was doing underage girls in the back room.
That's his Saturday thing.
That's true.
She was probably 18.
This is new Saturday. thing.
Probably.
Probably. Even though it says no one under 21 allowed.
Oh,
She was probably an adult. Legally.
Hopefully.
probably. Listen, we don't know.
I mean, the characters. This movie has no depth. There's no character
No.
development.
You don't watch this for depth.
No, you don't.
No.
Anything with Patrick Swayze in it, you're not watching it for
So
depth.
so let me ask you this.
I don't know.
This is something that's occurred to me
It's
because
better character building than a lot of stuff they have now.
Brad Wesley is a tough old bastard, right? I mean, we can all agree that he's the bad guy in this movie.
Right.
Is he a tough old bastard though, or is he just an old bastard?
He's pretty tough. He fights Dalton there at the end.
Well, and we know he does wild game hunting, a lot of it.
But could you see that if Dalton had made some different life choices, that he could have been Brad Wesley 20 years later?
No, because he studied philosophy instead of business.
He's not wrong. I mean, I don't know what his business acumen is. I mean, it drives a hard bargain, but I don't know if he could have been that wealthy. Plus, he may
have
and then you have-
undersold himself too in the business aspect because that guy was real quick to say, "I ain't got no problem with that."
Well, and
He probably
also-
could have got $1,000 a
He's
night.
not as. I mean, it's shown that he's not as ruthless as Wesley.
But
is.
if he hadn't had a mentor like
Sam Elliott?
Sam
Sam Elliott's
Elliott's character, fuck, I just can't.
Wade,
It's
Wade
Old
Garrett.
man Wade.
Yeah, Wade Garrett. If he hadn't had a mentor if he had fallen in with somebody like a Brad Wesley character as opposed to a Wade Garrett character, how much do you think that would have influenced him into
He would have been the other
He'd
guy
be
that
like
was there
Reno.
with him.
Be like Jimmy
Yeah,
Reno.
exactly.
Yeah.
Jimmy Reno?
Yeah.
Okay.
Marcus, you got anything to add?
Except knowing how to rip out somebody's throat. Is his Hulk?
Eagle Claw.
Marcus, you got anything?
I zoned out.
Good call.
It's probably the best.
Oh shit!
What do you think about Bigfoot, the big blue monster truck going through the car dealership?
America.
Fuck yeah.
Nailed it.
You know what though? If I win the lottery,
Roadhouse.
if I win the lottery, I'm gonna buy me an F-350 like diesel, jack that bitch up with some big ass tires, and I'm gonna go to Washington D.C. and just ride that bitch around Congress as many times as I can. Just because fuck them, that's why.
Do you
Okay.
realize how much gas that would cost by the time that happens?
Just won the lottery, so I don't care.
Did you blow all the money on gas?
I would do it strictly to see the look on AOC's face.
I bet you wouldn't. I bet you're not dumb enough.
I don't know about that.
And I understand you're about to say challenge accepted, but I don't think you're dumb enough.
If he won the lottery, I'd see him doing it. Shit, I'd probably go with you. That'd just be fun.
Fuck yeah.
A road trip in
Driving-
Bigfoot.
Driving that
Hell
bitch
yeah,
up,
that'd be awesome.
driving that bitch through Atlanta.
God, that'd be terrifying.
Yeah. For everybody else.
For
like-
everybody. Yeah, you're just fucking.
I feel like that truck's
But-
not meant to be drive
But I would
No.
that
get
far of a
get
distance. Like you'd have to have extra tires and all with you because I don't think that those tires are meant to
Yeah,
take
not only
time.
that, but like you're getting like literally like 6 miles to the gallon at that
Yeah.
point when you jack it up like that.
I'd
If
be
that-
shocked if you got that much.
Yeah, seriously. I know like my parents' RV got literally a mile to the gallon.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's why they sold it.
Yeah. The house payment on wheels.
How the fuck how you gonna get there? You gotta go through that tunnel in
What time?
Atlanta.
Oh. I don't know how tall it is.
Yeah. Guess we'd find out.
You might make it.
Depends on how big Bigfoot. Maybe you have to get Littlefoot.
How about just hydraulics?
One of those.
There you go. Hydraulics. Of course, then you couldn't get the big tires on there.
oh,
Yeah.
that'd be great. Like hydraulics, like a fucking cholo, and just sort of. Just,
Get
that'd
the-
be awesome.
Get bigger tires in
God.
front and smaller tires in back so you can get that Carolina lean
No.
going on.
Get the Carolina lean.
Fuck that. That is so fucking ugly and stupid.
the Carolina lean.
Fuck that.
Yeah, it's all overdose.
Marcus, you ever seen the
I'm
Carolina lean
sure
on
the
a
fuck
car?
It is.
Do you know what that is?
Ain't that the pimp mobile style?
No, it's where the ass end of the vehicle's like the front end sitting up and the back end sitting down, and they're just driving like that. It's
They-
stupid as
They
fuck.
jack up the front end, but they leave the tailgate, the back end low, and so it just it rides like that.
It's always in either a truck or a SUV.
Yep.
Yep.
Ugly as hell.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's dumb. You can't see over the hood either. All right. Keep going. What you got?
All right. So that night, Doc visits Dalton and attempts to persuade him to leave. However, their conversation is interrupted by an explosion at Emmett's house next door. Dalton rescues Emmett from the blaze before his house is destroyed, and he witnesses Jimmy fleeing the scene and manages to intercept him. After a vicious fight, Jimmy points a revolver at Dalton, but Dalton kills him by ripping his throat out with his bare hand. Doc is horrified by Dalton's brutality and leaves in disgust. The next morning, Dalton receives
okay?
an ominous phone call from
So
Wesley,
stupid.
who vows to have either Wade or Doc
No,
killed
it's not.
by the
It's-
flip of a coin.
Roadhouse is fatality.
After Wesley hangs up, leaving the outcome unknown,
Exactly what it was.
a badly beaten Wade staggers into the double deuce. Believing Doc to be in danger, Dalton races to the hospital alone, but she refuses to leave with him, repelled by his increasingly violent nature. Upon returning to the double deuce, Dalton finds Wade sprawled out on the bar with a knife lodged to his chest. Enraged, Dalton pulls the knife free and storms out of the bar, determined to settle things with Wesley once and for all.
All right. So this movie's got Mortal Kombat in it. It's got freaking Batman's Two-Face in it.
Batman's too.
Does it
Yeah,
have,
he flipping the coin.
Oh,
His head's tails. Decide the man's fate on a coin.
what was the Jean-Claude Van Damme movie we did?
Bloodsport.
Bloodsport.
Okay, USA.
Jesus.
That would be the part with the big the Bigfoot going through it.
Yes. I don't know. So the fight, I mean, I read that the fight with Jimmy, that took like 4 or 5 days to film. They got so apparently like in like, so that guy's a real martial artist.
Yeah.
And he'd gotten so comfortable with Patrick Swayze, they were throwing real punches and kicks. And by
Is
the
that
end-
why they're making is that why I was making those hit noises?
I guess so. Never mind the over dramatic music and then the terribly fake ending with his throat and everything. But I mean, it was, I'll give you this much. That was a pretty decent fight scene. That one. It was pretty epic.
I mean, he was a professional kickboxer, so
He even said that he thought Patrick Swayze could be a professional kickboxer after the movie.
um,
But apparently Patrick Swayze had like some broken ribs and was like all bruised all over from their fight.
yeah. So one of the things,
Interesting.
and this is a stupid little plug in this movie that has pissed me off ever since I've noticed it. When he goes back to the bar and finds Wade,
I thought
Garrett,
you'd be a fan of plugs.
Yeah.
He's talking about butt plugs.
when he goes back to, when he
Could
goes
be
back-
hair plugs too.
Oh.
when he goes back to the bar and sees Wade Garrett dead and pulls the knife out
Definitely butt plugs.
and the blood runs out.
Yeah.
Over
Across the rose
rose.
tattoo.
No,
Yes.
it wouldn't bleed if you were already dead. There's nothing pumping the blood.
It's fair.
What if you're dying?
He was already dead.
By how long?
It
It
wouldn't have
would- it
made it
wouldn't
so
matter.
dramatic as the
It
blood
wouldn't
going across the
'cause
rose.
You're dead.
Yeah, there's still
There's
some
no-
blood like in your body. It's got to let
It
run.
pools.
Yeah.
Lividity.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're talking to the future coroner of Lee County again. That motherfucker's got cancer.
Jesus.
I'm just saying. I'm pretty
Marcus,
sure.
would you vote for Trey to be a county coroner if you could vote in our country?
No.
Fuck you, Marcus.
It's all right. I'm not voting for him either.
I would, just because I'd like to hear him, like, you know, I assume you would call me when like a body, and then I just go and watch
I
you
get to
throw
appoint
up.
a fucking deputy, man. Like, you can be my deputy coroner.
No,
if
that's
you
fine.
get to be a coroner, we can all celebrate it. And
You
like
have to
bring
deal
you.
with dead kids.
We can bring like drinks
Not
over.
many.
Bring you a present over. Mine will
lot
be
more than
a
you
curling
think.
iron for you.
Jesus Christ. That is fucking dark. I don't think I want to know what you just said.
I don't think you do. I'll tell you after the fact.
You really don't want to know what he said.
I want to go just because, like, the first one that's like squishy
Oh yeah.
that you got to move,
Want
and
to
then
poke
you
you with a stick?
no, because you're gonna throw up, and I want to be there to
I don't have
watch
to move it. I just got to see these there. Time it.
Yeah, that's right.
Cops
Just
got to
call to
grab
death.
it. Chain of evidence.
No, you get the body out.
That's awesome. Throw them in the
The
back.
cor-
Throw them in the back of my Hyundai. Fuck yeah, dude.
Wait, does he actually get the body, or does he have
The
people
coroner-
working
the
for him
coroner-
that gets the body?
coroner takes the body.
Do I get to keep it as a trophy?
No.
Then you can
Okay.
stuff it.
You can mount it.
Yeah, I was gonna say stuff
Oh.
you put on your wall.
Man, that'd be awesome.
I would have one in like the Karate Kid crane pose. He'll just be sitting there.
It can be a dead woman, and he's gonna take one tit.
That's some
Just
Ed
keep it
Gein
in the
stuff.
desk.
That is some Ed Gein shit right there.
Uh,
All right,
mommy.
Steven's not allowed in my crime scene anymore.
Oh God.
but anyway, so apparently you get throat cancer from sucking dead people's dicks.
Jesus Christ.
Didn't somebody say that?
He said it earlier. Fuck.
Ah,
You do realize that you can be sued for slander, right?
No, I didn't say anybody did it. I'm just saying it happens.
He didn't say a name. Yeah.
Rigor mortis. Get some of that.
I love that so I love that Dalton kills this guy.
I'm
and
not. I have nothing to do with anything that comes out of Trey's mouth. That lawsuit is for him alone.
we do not endorse the guys review do not endorse his beliefs are his own. His views and beliefs are his and his alone.
All right, everybody's turning on me.
No, we're just protecting ourselves.
At two dipshits.
So I love that he kills a guy and she doesn't call the doctor doesn't call the police. No one does anything. He just kills a guy and then just goes off.
Hmm.
And he's allowed to just walk around, go to the hospital and everything. Like that's a normal thing.
It is for him.
Marcus, do you believe that in America that's how it happens?
Well, that's not the first time he's ripped somebody's throat out.
That's going to get to a point here at the end of the movie. Now thinking about that,
Mm-hmm.
because it's just surprising that they all showed up that kind of quick.
Right?
But when the whole building goes boom,
The building's on fire and the firemen show up and a building blows up and no one shows up.
yeah,
Kind of
Well,
weird.
But yeah, they show up
tell you
whenever-
that Wesley has like the entire town in his pocket, like police, mayor, whatever.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
all right. So Dalton speeds recklessly towards Wesley's estate, and his car draws gunfire from Wesley's henchmen. But when it crashes, they discover the car empty and the knife used to kill Wade stuck in the accelerator. Using the distraction, Dalton sneaks onto the estate and either incapacitates or kills Wesley's henchmen one by one. He eventually comes face to face with Wesley himself. Dalton gains the upper hand in their fight and prepares to finish Wesley in the same brutal manner as Jimmy by ripping his throat out.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be with his hand, just jacking him off. Just finish him.
But decides against it. As
Jerked off
Dalton
into a heart
releases him
attack.
and walks away, Wesley seizes the opportunity to reach for a gun, but is promptly shot to death in succession by Red, Emmett, Pete, and finally Frank. The men stash the weapons away prior to the arrival of the sheriff and proceed along with a surviving henchman, Tinker, to corroborate each other's innocence. Later on, Cody, a longtime
I
friend
was
of
hit by a
Dalton,
bear.
and
Bear
his
fell
band
on me.
perform at the Double Deuce while Dalton and Doc enjoy each other's company in a swimming hole. Enjoy each other's company. Is that what they're calling it now?
That's what they call it now.
Okay.
so I'm guessing that. What's the guy's name? Brad.
Brad Wesley.
Wesley.
Yeah, Wesley. Okay, I guess he called the police ahead of time.
Possibly. I guess.
I'm just trying to figure out how they got there. All of a
We
sudden,
killed
it's-
somebody breaking into my house. There's the angle.
It's fair.
But take your time in getting here because we want to make sure he's good and dead.
course
Castle
it-
doctrine.
Of course, then they know.
But then
of
the
course,
police came up. What happened?
there's got dead bodies everywhere,
Yeah.
and he's got 3 shotgun blasts to the chest.
Polar bear fell on me.
I don't know. It just, and again,
at no point did he start taking off running from the pole. I mean, all he had to do was step 3 feet to the side, and he's out of the way of the polar bear.
Yeah, but that. Do you know the gun he was
But
carrying?
that's
That
probably a
was
smart thing.
Beretta 92.
yeah,
It's-
yeah,
But it's probably a smart thing
He
that
was-
the polar bear did fall on because he would have been killed.
he's one of the only ones that survived.
Yeah. So he probably just assumed he was dead by a polar bear.
I think he was the only henchman to survive.
So I'm just wondering, is this legal advice? Can I tell a cop I didn't see anything and I'm good, right? That's how it works.
I wouldn't lie to the cops.
Yeah, I can't give you legal advice, but either be honest or ask for a lawyer.
But I mean, they did in the movie. They just said I didn't see anything. So does that work? Is that the loophole?
Typically, no.
That's not the loophole.
Like
Typically.
there's this old
That
story.
means
There
still
is
a
sometimes
chance.
that it does work.
Yeah.
There's this old prominent story. Like there was a town bully in I think it was Missouri, and he ends up getting killed on Main Street. The entire town fucking hated the guy, and everybody didn't see anything. Never convicted anybody or anything.
Well, doesn't that happen like in the hood and stuff like that? Nobody ever sees anything.
I mean, it can.
Snitches get stitches.
Yeah, but I mean,
Or-
there's a lot of cameras up around public housing now. So,
But in 1989, there wasn't.
well, there was no public housing in that town either.
That you know of.
I didn't. Well, I will say this
They
after
kept
the
the
show.
camera. They kept the cameras on the right side.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
I'll
Yeah.
say it after the show, but you know where I'm
Yeah.
going.
Jeez. It's fair. I mean, it's fair. Yeah.
But it is funny. Yeah, there's no cops in this movie until after the main bad guy's killed, and then they immediately show up and it's like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Shit, my paycheck got killed. I mean, whatever. Marcus, what do you think about the cop presence there in Missouri or wherever it is?
I get the vibes from Dukes of Hazzard.
Not
with
wrong.
Haas.
You like the Dukes of Hazzard?
It's a good movie.
Yeah, it's just a good old
The
boys.
movie or the show?
Never meaning no harm. Yeah, have you seen?
ever
Have you
saw-
seen the? Have you ever seen the
I
show?
mean, the show is much better than the movie.
No, not the show. I've seen the first movie from the 60s and the new one with
Oh.
Johnny Knoxville and Sean.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
I mean, that movie wasn't terrible.
No, that's my mom went straight to the Johnny Knoxville
Yeah.
one. I was like, oh, that was terrible.
I liked it. It was fun.
I like
Is that
Johnny
Jessica-
Knoxville,
who
but I
was
mean
it?
everything else.
Was it Jessica Simpson? in it?
yeah, and the Daisy Dukes.
Didn't she say? What did she say in that movie?
Nothing important.
Exactly.
Something in her pants or something. I can't remember what it was.
Who cares?
Didn't pay attention to what she was saying.
Want to see her in the bikini again?
But Willie Nelson is in it.
That's true. He gives one of my favorite lines: "Why divorce is so expensive? Because they're worth it."
My favorite line is, do you know how much a condom cost in the 70s? No, me neither, because we didn't use them.
I
Jesus.
also
So-
love him that are leaning into him, like smoking weed and getting. Didn't he get high with the old
He got high with the damn governor.
the governor? But I think at the end, wasn't it the girl who used to play Daisy Duke?
It was the governor.
Oh, okay,
Mm.
fair enough.
Yeah.
What were we about to
Now
say?
the girl that played the original Daisy Duke, I think she's the one that caught them.
Maybe that's what it was. Okay.
So, little interesting fact about that. You may have this in your top 5 trivia about the remake, potential remake.
Oh yeah, I got.
Oh, they're
that.
going to
Okay,
remake
so-
this?
Yeah, wait, we'll get to
I'll
it.
wait.
All right, so that's the end of the movie. We'll move in the top 5 trivia, triple Indy, and then our ratings and reviews. Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right. Top 5 trivia. Number 1, it was announced in September of 2015 that this film was going to be remade, starring Rowdy Ronda Rousey.
Dumb.
But
I can still take her.
after her November fight loss to Holly Holm,
You
all
couldn't
movie
take
plans were
Pa-
scrapped.
You couldn't take Paige Van Zant, much less Ronda
There-
Rousey.
Would have been a
Yeah.
bad movie.
There's no evidence to support that. I could take Paige Van Zant. I think I could take Rhonda now since she's not in training anymore.
All right. The movie was not filmed in Missouri. The plot is set in the town of Jasper, Missouri. Roadhouse's infamous bar, the Double Deuce, was built on site and for filming in California. Some of the bar's interior footage was filmed in a real Anaheim bar that is now closed.
think it was pretty obvious with all the just only one section of dirt road was right there where the road was on, where the thing was on.
Bell so much.
The
Swayze
rest
was
of
not
the
a
street was paved. all
was
in
not a
front of it.
fan of the legendary mullet. As iconic as Swayze's mullet was, the actor referred to his roadhouse hairstyle as the bane of my existence in a biographical book called One Last Dance.
That was probably his best.
It's definitely his most well-known look.
Yeah.
Because when you say Patrick Swayze,
that's all I ever think about.
This or Dirty Dancing.
he had,
Or Ghost.
Did he not have a mullet in Dirty Dancing?
he had a little bit. He didn't have a mullet
Not
like
like
this one.
not like a Roadhouse mullet.
No, he didn't have the roadhouse
Point
mullet.
Break.
So it's just it's a different type of so he's okay with the mullet. He's just not okay with the roadhouse mullet.
Yeah, he didn't like the roadhouse mullet. I think it was.
I think he was just jealous of
Had too
everybody
much
else's
body.
mullets.
yeah, it had a lot. He had a lot of hair going on.
Do you think they all compared
Hey,
mullets?
Marcus.
Hey, who was the
turn your
band
head
that's
to the
playing?
side. Do you have a mullet?
No.
I think you
No.
should grow. You should grow a mullet, Marcus.
I pretty much do. Mine's
do
about
have-
there.
You do have a mullet.
No, it's not.
Oh,
it's
he
not-
does.
He kind of does have a mullet. Well, it's just long. It's all long.
all long.
Look at
Nah,
how
it's like,
long.
well, yeah,
But he's got the side shave.
It's still business in the front though.
yeah.
I'll allow
That's
it.
the mullets.
Mine's not a mullet, man. Look,
Uh,
this shit's too long. Hold on.
hold on. Take your hat off.
It's
the
a little too
front's too
long.
long.
Way
Yeah,
too long.
front's too long.
But with the hat though, I'm gonna call it a mullet.
There you go.
But you see, that's the you comb it back, so it's
So
mullet esque.
it's a mullet.
Well, I have to pull it back. It's too long. I can't.
I'm gonna
sit
call that
there
a curly Seagal.
You know, you know what you could do.
My daughter wants me to get a mullet.
You know
Do
what you
it.
could do? Cut your fucking hair.
Like a mullet.
Seriously, you should.
At least
All
for a
right,
day.
I'll get a mullet done. Okay.
Wait, which one, Ellie or Liv?
Ellie does. She wants me to get a mullet. I'll get a mullet done.
They're,
All right.
they're making a comeback.
The NYPD uses the movie.
You want to try
three-
to grow a mullet?
He's going to do a comb forward.
I've never seen a mullet where it starts at the back. It's just all grown on his back with like the short hair up top.
You should get the ducktail.
Woo! All right. The NYPD uses the movie Three Simple Rules during retraining. In the role of Dalton, he lays down the 3 rules of the Double Deuce Club. In 2015, the New York Post exclusively reported that lecture portions of the mandatory 3-day retraining courses for cops were being revamped with the Roadhouse as a training tool.
Anytime you're taking a movie and using that as a training tool,
I don't know. I mean, I get the idea with the
It-
3.
It depends because there was a movie that back in the day when I was a telemarketer many years ago, I worked in a call center. We watched.
you do have a face for radio.
We watched Boiler Room. There was a couple of scenes about
Always be
making
closing.
always be
Yeah.
closing. Motion creates emotion.
Yeah.
It's not wrong.
ABC. Rookie numbers. All right. And number 5,
I might
Swayze's
go watch that
hotness
tonight.
Boiler Room,
caused
I actually have
problems
that
on
movie.
set.
I did
During,
too.
during
Swayze's what?
his hotness caused problems on set.
Huh.
During shooting, a horde of middle-aged blonde women in a truck tried to pull up in front of the actor's trailer in an attempt to speak with Patrick Swayze. During the film's river fight scene, a raft of Swayze fans cruised by, and another time, an extra who was playing a waitress was so love struck with Swayze that she tripped and poured her drinks on an extra.
That's why I'm getting a mullet.
There you go. All right, moving into the triple Lindy.
Triple Lindy. Triple Lindy.
Is that hard?
It's impossible.
I'm gonna go first.
You could have done the triple Lindy at the pool. You should have done it.
Yesterday,
Yeah, well, what need springboards? I need springboards because I'm old.
Oh, you
and
gotta
fat
bounce
now.
up.
Yeah,
you got to bounce.
But you could have like jumped from the from the lower
top.
one to the other one on top, and then back down to the lower one
No, you
into
start
the
at
pool.
the top and then you go down.
But then how are you gonna get to the other one across?
You bounce.
I'm
on the
athletic enough. I
springboard.
could do that one.
Okay.
Are you though?
Might pull a muscle, but
I'll try the backflip next time.
My
All
wife,
right.
my wife did a sweet little flip in the pool.
I mean, I can do front flips.
No, she didn't do it on purpose.
All right. What was your what's your triple Lindy? I guess we'll let you
Oh,
go first.
Yeah,
then.
it's impossible for a woman to be a doctor. Done.
Christ.
Called it.
Oh my God, Marcus, do you have a triple Lindy for this movie?
What is a triple Lindy?
I was gonna say you gotta explain the triple Lindy. to me,
Okay,
man.
so
He doesn't watch.
it's
our
an
stuff.
improbable part of the movie.
yeah, what's the most improbable, impossible? Like when you're watching, you go, that is just purely fake part of the movie.
I just gave you one.
No one that works in a bar is good looking.
That
That's
is
false.
bullshit, sir.
Yeah, you're going to the wrong bars.
And now I'm speaking of the bouncers.
Okay, I'll allow that.
I mean, I feel like if you've had enough to drink, they all look good.
That's fair too. What's your
Maybe they
triple?
didn't look good when you got there, but when you left,
What's your triple Indy?
At last call, everything's fair game.
I'm oh, there's too many triple indies in this. But
There's a lot.
Yeah.
No, you already said I got one.
I'm gonna stick with mine. Yes, I'm sticking with
The monster
the
truck.
monster truck in the fucking building. Yes, it just comes out clean on the other side. The building doesn't fall down or nothing like that. Makes every single one. Fuck, it's stupid.
All right, Tucker.
Go ahead, buddy.
You want me to go? My triple Indy is going to be Wesley at the very end, taking 3 shotgun blasts and still standing.
Yeah.
That just no.
Okay.
No.
I would have to go with the ripping the throat out with your bare hands part.
There you go.
That's
And so fast and so quick too. Just like
yeah. I mean, like he pulls it out and it looks like he's got. I don't know what it is, but it looks like he's holding like a little trachea or something before he drops it. So
Just a 2-finger thing. I don't know.
right, like it's like Vulcan death grip almost to rip the dude's throat out.
All right,
So-
cool. There's triple Indies. All right, and finally, ratings and reviews. Marcus, again, being the guest, we'll let you go first since Trey's not going to step on your toes there. What's your rating and review for the movie?
I give it 3.5 beers.
Thanks. Trey,
I would say 4.
Fair enough.
anything you want to add to it?
Not the best movie that has come out of the 80s.
that's fair.
Yeah.
That is fair.
Chris,
Ah, man. See, I feel like Patrick Swayze was building to this role. Like I feel like the Outsiders and Dirty Dancing came out after or before.
No, before.
Before Outsiders and Dirty Dancing, all that just was like this is like the crescendo of it all. It's like this is it.
no, Point
This
Break
is-
was like the crescendo because that was
No, I feel like this was still it.
That's
I feel
fair.
like Point
Oh.
Break was like, let's make me some extra money after this.
Really? So like Point Break is like on the way to cancer.
you know he didn't die until like 2009. Right?
Yeah, it was a slow downhill trip, but it happened.
Anyways.
Yeah, it's funny because I sat there and told Steven before yesterday. I said, "Hey man, this movie's gonna be a freaking 5 beer for me." I was like, "It's fucking Patrick Swayze." I was like, "That's all I gotta say is Patrick Swayze." I'm on shock though. I'm gonna go with 2 beers for this because it's
What?
actually
What?
better
What?
than what I thought it was gonna be.
So-
I actually was kind of enjoying this movie while I was watching it.
My
I
man,
have to give it
I
up.
like it.
I was actually enjoying it some. I could watch this movie again.
Oh, I mean, you can watch any movie again if you're willing
I
to
was
sit
shocked.
through it.
No, I was overly shocked by it and all. Like
I feel
even the over the top killing and the little.
It's an 80s
No.
action movie. You know what you're getting.
I feel like he's rating it based on what he thought it would be versus what it actually was.
Oh, it way outshot what I thought it was going to be,
Yeah.
which helped it out a lot. And I was like,
There you
this
go.
is actually not. That
He went
bad.
into it thinking it was going to be 5 beers, and he was
Mhm.
pleasantly surprised.
Yeah. I mean, like, here's the thing: like this movie is very, very average, and it does not age as well. But I will still watch it every goddamn time it comes on.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All
But
right.
it's
So
still
what's
3.5
your rating?
still a 3.5 beer movie.
Oh yeah, 3.5. Yeah, I it's shallow to me. I got bored. Like I was reading trivia. It just like there's
Damn.
no what. I mean, it is. I mean, the
It
fights.
had a lot of funny parts to it though.
It did. Some of the
I didn't-
dialogue is funny.
the
Said it
20, the whole like, well, he gonna kiss him?
I
Yeah, I'll
I
give you-
can.
I have $20.
Yeah, it was
Or
in the first 5 minutes.
or
No,
like
No,
like
there
when
was some other funny parts too. I think Sam Elliott Elliott's character was great.
this
in
place
that.
has a sign over the urinals that says "Don't
Eat
eat the
the
big
mint."
pink mint"
White man, yeah.
or white mint.
It had some. You had to catch the little quirks and all. I
Yeah, so
had
there
to
was
give it
there
up.
were some one-liners, and then when he shows up at the bar and the guy's like,
He's like
"You
looking like, what the fuck?
"You want to
Yeah.
fight, Dickless?" Well, I sure ain't gonna show you my dick.
He punches him right in the dick.
Yeah. Damn, that hurts, don't it?
Yeah, that was great too. It's like it hurts, don't it? Like it's those little like
There's
clips
some-
you gotta find
yeah.
in there. It's like
Super cheesy. It is super cheesy.
It
It's
is.
super 80s, whatever. And I didn't watch it in the 80s. I don't have the nostalgia attached to it that y'all have. So I'm gonna give it 3.5 as well.
He never
And
saw
Sam-
it until today.
you know, and Sam Elliott too. He pulled something off that like you see guys do nowadays. Like when he gets ready to do that fight, he pulls the little hair bow thing out, or the little ponytail holder.
Mhm,
He puts
it
his
on,
hair,
puts
yeah.
his hair out.
And it's like, holy shit, that's what people do nowadays. He was starting a hairstyle way back then that people do now.
Yeah, but he
Well-
didn't man bun it. That would have made it better. That'd have modernized this movie for me.
Just it's so shallow.
would've been
the
like-
characters suck.
You would have
I
been like that Leonardo DiCaprio being like, just point at like, there it is. That's it.
Roadhouse.
All right, so look, here's my deal with this movie. It is an 80s action movie. It is very shallow. You're right, Stephen. There's not a lot of character development going on, but the fight scenes, especially for their time, are not terrible, and it's a fun movie to sit down and turn it off for.
What time did this come out?
89.
89.
It's just fun, and it does bring back good memories for me. So I do have a little bit of that nostalgia there.
All right, is the fight scenes better in this or in Bloodsport? Because Bloodsport came out a year before. If you're going to stand by that statement that it's very good, very modern fight scenes,
No,
cutting
I
edge
didn't
for the
say
day, cutting edge for the
cutting
day.
edge for the day. I would say, I'd say they're probably pretty equal.
That's cop out. Which one's better?
I would
Fight
give,
scene wise.
I would actually give Bloodsport's fight scene probably a little bit of an edge.
I do too.
But that being said, I still like the fight scenes. They were fun. The dialogue was mostly shallow, but there were some gems in there. There were some funny ass moments in there if you pay attention to it. So, man, I gotta agree with Chris. This is a 2-beer movie.
And I can tell you, man, that little loft above the barn, nowadays I'd be like $600, $700 for a weekend.
Yeah,
One night out of the weekend. People would rent that shit
no
out.
AC. And the funny thing
No
is,
AC. No. They wouldn't need it with the big windows open up and the airflow.
when they showed it from the inside, you could see through like the wooden slats at the top, but then when you go from the outside, you can't see in.
It was nice that they also put the spider webs in there underneath the railing.
All right, what you got?
If you add up everybody's score, divide by 3, it comes out to a 3-beer average movie.
Divide by 3.
Or divided by 5, I mean.
Oh, okay.
It was the aggregate was 15 divided by
Oh, okay.
5. It comes out to be a 3.
3-beer movie.
So 3-beer movie, which
Worse than
yeah.
average. A little bit worse. All righty.
Roadhouse.
But Trey, I have a good joke for you.
I'm all ears.
Do I have to cut
is
this?
this appropriate?
Yeah, am I gonna have to cut this?
We have to see.
It's 2.75 across the board.
All right, what's your joke? Go
Yeah.
ahead.
I miss that.
Why are women so
you-
good at chess?
You said you
Oh, I
also
did give it 2. That's right.
Yeah,
So yeah,
2.75.
2.75.
Why are women?
Okay, I will start at top. Why are women so good at chess?
They're not. Go ahead.
Because the chessboard is like the kitchen floor.
I like it. I appreciate that. Thank you, Marcus.
I'll allow it.
All right, what are we doing next week? Whose turn is it?
I don't
Come
know.
around the table. I guess it's you.
Oh, me again?
You just picked Euro Trip. Did y'all want to do Top Gun since the new movie's in theaters?
Either that or Wolf of Wall Street with Shonoff.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Why not Demolition Man?
Marcus has been pushing for demolition.
I know, but if you can get Shonoff,
That'd be kind of funny. So there's this guy who we follow on Facebook, and his name is Nathan Carroll, but he goes by Shonuff. Where's he?
out of like one of the suburbs of Boston.
Yeah, and he's pretty gangster, to say the least.
Yeah.
And
He's hilarious, and he's
really
built a big like social media following like across like real estate agents.
so maybe we could do a review with him, do an interview,
Mhm.
whatever. We'll talk about it, and we'll
Yeah.
see what his schedule looks like. Also, I told you I got an email from the guys with the other movie, the Good Old Friends
The
guys.
year-long one.
Yeah.
thing that we've been doing?
Wait, they reached back out.
They reached back out.
Oh,
What they
they're-
say?
well,
they're
let's do
still,
that.
They're still interested in doing it. I've got to figure out time.
I mean, like I wasted like 2 hours of my life on that movie.
Oh shit! I
wanna do it
won't. I
with
won't
them.
be here next week.
You're not going to be here next
Yeah,
week.
do Wolf of Wall Street then.
No, do the Good Old Friends because we need to do that.
If we I'll see what the time is, so we'll figure out if they're going to have time or not. But
If we
we'll-
can do it with them, we need to do it like they've actually tried.
yeah, they reach back out. So
I won't be here.
I'll follow up with them and we'll see if
You
that
can phone in.
you could Zoom if you wanted to.
I think we'll be coming back. I don't know. I'll try to make it. We'll be coming back Sunday. So
That'd be hilarious.
would depend
like,
on
you
you
zooming
guys.
in from the car, Taylor like karaoke in the passenger seat.
Rap music.
if it's that guy, he may be like, "This is my jam."
It's very possible. Marcus, how's your week looking coming up?
Pretty slow.
Yeah. Sounds exciting.
All I do is work, come home, eat, and sleep, and go back to work.
Yeah. I know the feeling.
Amen to that.
Well, all right. Until then, you can find us on the web at theguysreview.simplecast.com. You can email us anything, and I will read it poorly at theguysreviewpod@gmail.com. Instagram at theguysreviewpod. Twitter at @the_guysreview. And remember to like the tweet at the top of the page. We'll add you to our DM group. Facebook.com/theguysreviewpod. Please subscribe, rate, and review us wherever you get your podcast from.
Yes.
Anyone got anything they want to add?
Roadhouse.
Are you forgetting something, Dre? It's at the end of the episode.
No, he's not a part of our lives anymore. He's a piece of shit.
Damn.
Jesus.
Marcus, thank you for joining us, but I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And thank you for the research.
Get some sleep.
It's really been helpful.
Appreciate you being up so late at night.
It's only 2 hours before my alarm clock to go off.
Oh my gosh.
Better start walking.
All right. Well, on behalf of Chris, Trey, Tucker, and Marcus, I'm Steven. This has been another episode of The Guys Review.
Hej då allihop!